Hi friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. I'm here to share this journal with you today. This is going to be a progress process, a little bit of tutorial and tools that I'm using video. Welcome to my channel today, and I try not to make this too long, but you know, I have a lot of explaining to do, so we'll see how it goes. But this is, I've been having this urge to make, I really wanted to make some magazine journals. I've made them in the past. I really enjoyed it. So I'm working on this one now. And I was going to explain the cover first. So let me take that off. So what I do when I make my magazine journals is I have in between two layers here of materials a manila folder. This is for strength. And also on this one, this is a Better Homes and Gardens, so on this one I wanted it to be a little wider because the magazine cover was a little narrow. I get Better Homes and Gardens, Country Living, Martha Stewart, and I ordered Daphne's Diary magazine, but I haven't received it yet. I ordered it the November 23rd, and if anybody has experience with that, if you could please let me know how long it took you to get your first issue, because I ordered, like I said, November 23rd, and I haven't got my first issue yet. I'm going to contact the company that I ordered it from, but this week, but because I thought it said 4 to 6 weeks, and now it's been over 6 weeks. So, and I know it's probably coming from the UK, so maybe, you know, maybe it takes longer than 6 weeks. But if anybody has experience with that, I really appreciate you commenting below this video and letting me know how long it took you to get your first issue, because you know, I just have no idea. And I'm wondering if it's, now I'm starting to wonder if it's ever coming or if it's going to a wrong address. So anyway, I extended the cover with the manila folder here and sewed this rickrack on to, you know, cover up the edge. And I think it actually added a really great element to the cover, and it goes well with the cover, the red and black and everything. So I think it's really pretty, and I zigzag stitched around everything on the one zigzag stitch around took care of, you know, sewing everything onto the cover. This is a kit I'm using, and I'll show you the balance of the kit in a minute, because I've used a lot of it in the journal already for this and the pages. But this was two-sided. It's kind of like cardstocky scrapbook paper, so I folded up. So this was the image on the other side. I like this for the base lining of the cover, and I folded this up so I can have a decorative pocket. And then so it's really pretty: acorns, berries, and pine cones, and little leaves. And so that's pretty much the cover. That manila folder in between makes it really strong. So that's how I made the cover. I was going to mention the sewing machine I use is the Brother Project Runway computerized machine that goes for around $100 to $125, and I got mine at Walmart. So, you know, I'm not an expert in it, but I will give you one little tip that I have had trouble with, is you have to use Brother bobbins in it. That's my experience anyway. If you don't use the Brother bobbin, then you get jamming and the machine won't work, because I know, because I tried it. So just make sure you use your Brother bobbins. So anyway, as far as the kit, let me show you that real quick. This is the Wildlife by Dina Rutter. I got this at Tuesday morning, and you can see the different papers here and different elements it has in the kit. And it had these journal cards in here that I've already cut up. It has 2 of each. It had 2 pages, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these, because they won't fit into the magazine journal, but I might kind of like fold them in half and make little booklets or something. That might be fun. I like to do that and put a little booklet, you know, like a little mini journal in each of my, and these all have, you know, color on the back, but I like to put a little mini kind of journal in all of my journals, or not all of them, but a lot of them. So that's the little cards that came with it that I cut apart. And then the papers I have left to use are this one, which is, you know, a good generic kind of, you know, pattern for a page. This is great for a page or a cover because it's so cute. It's got little foxes on it, little evergreen trees and other trees, and a little squirrel there, and a moose, bear, bunny, little butterfly. So really cute designs here on this paper. I love the little squirrel. I love squirrels. So that, and then this one, really pretty. Could be a cover or a page or whatever. You want to cut them up into little tags or whatever. There's the back. Really cute. Little teepees or tents. Canoe. And paddles or oars. So that's the, let's see, I have got one more page. This is like the solar system. Stars. And it has the names of different constellations here, so really cool. And that's on the back, really pretty. So that's the balance of that kit that I have. The rest of it is pretty much in here. And you already saw the cover, so we won't go through that. So how I do my pages is I either zigzag or straight stitch around if I sew the pages. And I do sew all of the magazine pages onto something because they need, I feel like they need that, you know, extra sturdiness. So like this one and I do all my sewing, try to do all my sewing before I bind it. So this one, it has coffee dye paper on the back. I went ahead and put in a belly band. This is some of my green dyed paper. A piece from that kit, and you can see I folded in. These are just going to be fold outs. A piece of coffee dyed paper, which is also a fold out. And this one I straight stitched around, and it's a magazine page sewn onto coffee dyed paper. This is a little shorter page. Another fold out page that's lined green dyed paper. This is just a coffee dyed paper that I sewed on some rickrack, since I had that rickrack on the front, and you know, I just thought I had it out. I thought it would be pretty to put some on the pages on the inside. This is a side tuck page that I've already sewn together for the side tuck pockets. Another fold out, which is coffee dyed. This is another magazine page with the coffee dyed paper on the other side. Some of my green dye lined paper. Isn't that cool? This is, you know, I pick out, the pages I pick out are usually, I try to pick out either something that really calls to me, like a really pretty page like this, or, you know, a full page spread where the whole page is just a picture. So that's how I pick out, you know, I don't use every page. I pick out, and I'm picky about the pages out of the magazine that I use. Here's a pocket page that I made with, it's folded up, and the pages, you know, I sewed around the pockets. So this is a page that was a magazine page with, on the back, I sewed coffee dyed paper, and then I put on, this is a corner tuck here. Let me see if I can show you. See, it's a little corner tuck that's sewn, and this is an envelope here, and let's see, how did I do that? It's glued on. I blue dyed this. It was a white envelope. I dyed it blue, and then the flap got messed up when I was dyeing it, when I wet it. I think it actually got stuck on here, and when I took it off, it started ripping. So I just cut the flap off, put this envelope on here. I thought it looked really cute as a envelope pocket. And then actually I left the back open too, so that's actually a secret pocket back there. So, you know, you do all this before you put it together. Green dye, a little piece of the kit. I like the different size pages, so I try to put some of those in there. Another pretty, see how this is a full page, and it's got coffee dyed paper on the back. Also, it's all sewn together. Another piece with the rickrack on one side. It's on both sides. I remember thinking I didn't know if I had enough to do another page, but I did. Another coffee dyed and magazine. The green dyed, and then a coffee dyed and magazine. And this one was so pretty, I thought maybe I haven't totally 100% decided, but I thought this one was so pretty I might put it in the middle. So that is the pages, and I was going to show you a couple other things that I've been using in case you are wondering about tools you can use to make a journal. Okay, so I got this kit recently. I've been using baker's twine, which is fine. You know, I still use baker's twine. I use whatever embroidery floss, baker's twine, or I got this kit recently on, I think I got it on Amazon. It's called Simpzia leather wax thread, and it's pretty cool. It comes with all of these threads, so 8 different threads, and there's a lot on each one. If you want to look, or if you can see there's a lot on there, so this will last a long time. And this is wax cord or wax thread, and the different colors are really nice. You can just take them out and match them up to your journal. This is like a light, very light gold, you know, kind of like a bronze copper. This is a burgundy. Those all I've used all of those. I haven't used the, I don't think I used the white one. I don't know. Anyway, and these are all darker. There's the one black one there that I have opened. This is kind of like a dark grayish. This is kind of almost black, but maybe more charcoal. And this is a brown, or this also looks like a darker copper or bronze kind of look. And it comes with this, all of these needles. So you've got tons of needles. Now, all of them I don't think are great for binding like a journal like I do, because if you look at the points, some of them are like almost rounded or dull, and some of them are really sharp. So, you know, you just got to decide which one you think will go through what you're working on. But it comes in this nice little tube you can keep it in and keep everything together. So that is cool. And like last night I finished my pages for this magazine journal. I got my needle ready. So I think I'm using this one, although this looks like it might not be sharp enough. But I did get this ready last night when I was tired. So maybe that's why I picked out a dull needle. Anyway, I picked out this one too because I wasn't sure which needle I was using, and this one is much sharper. It's a little bigger and a little sharper, a lot sharper. So I'm probably going to end up using this one. So that's the two pieces I picked out for possibly using it. Got my paper clips ready, keep everything together. I was going to show you the 2 glues I've been using recently. I use my little handy dandy Elmer's glue stick, of course, always. This is you know, just the basic, no special glue stick, just your basic glue stick. And then this is fabric tack. You know, I use this, of course, on fabric. If you want to glue down fabric, or really anything, if you want to make sure something you're not sure is going to stick for, you know, forever, for the long term, I use this because this I feel like is going to hold basically forever. So that, and the last thing I have to show you is these little spray bottles I got. So these are worked out so cool because I went to Walmart. I was at Walmart. I said, well, let me look for some small spray bottles. So I wasn't sure where to look because they had the great big ones and I didn't want that. So I know that sometimes there are spray bottles in like the cosmetics section. So where I ended up looking was I went down an aisle. I thought, I wonder if there's any spray bottles by those, you know, the travel size things that they sell in that little section in Walmart. So that's where I looked, and there they were. And they were kind of like the perfect colors, because what I have in here are I've been dyeing my papers with food coloring, and I wanted to try spraying it on, because I've tried, I mean, you can do it in different ways. You can dip it in, you know, a pan, in which I have done and I still do, or you can, I've used a sponge and dabbed it on there to get, you know, different variations in the color, so you can use the sponge, or you can, you know, combination of all three if you want, depending on, you know, how much fun you want to have. So anyway, I went and they had these colors of the different caps. So this one was a clear color, and I thought, well, that was perfect for the coffee. So this is my coffee spray. This one is my pink, and it had a pink lid. So how perfect is that? And then I have blue and green, which I was also already, I was already doing the blue. So they had the blue for my blue spray, and then this is green. I wanted to try green, and I had a green one, so I got a green one, and so that worked out so perfect. I couldn't believe it. And so I just keep those handy, and I how I do it is little tutorial on how I do my food coloring dye on my papers is I have a big island. Actually, it's not a big island. It's a small to medium island in my kitchen. And when everybody goes to sleep at night, I go out there and spread out a tablecloth, a vinyl tablecloth, over that island. And then I have either, you know, however I'm dyeing that, you know, night, if I have a pan of coloring, or I have my sprays, or my sponge, or whatever I'm doing, spread out, you know, whatever I'm doing as far as when the papers are ready to dry or spray or whatever, I spread them all out, as many as I can, on that vinyl, plastic, whatever tablecloth. I do all my dyeing, and I leave them there overnight. When I wake up in the morning, I always wake up before everyone. So I go out there, my papers are all dry in the morning, gather them all up, put away my tablecloth, and voila. Nobody ever knew I was paper drying paper dyeing, because I did it overnight, and it doesn't bother anyone, you know, it doesn't get in anybody's way. So just a little tip on paper dyeing. You know, you can't do, you know, 25 pages at a time that way, but if you do that every night for a week, you have, believe me, I have in my closet a stash of dyed papers now, because I've done that every night for a few weeks, and after that you have a stash of I'll just leave that there, stash of colored papers. So just a little tip on the dyeing papers. If you you know, have complaints from your family about paper being spread out all over somewhere in your house, that's what I do overnight, you know, and it's amazing because I mean, I have actually left puddles on my papers at night, kind of testing to see if they would dry even with that much water or dampness on them. And in the morning, they're dry. If there ever was one that was slightly damp, it was like so almost dry, I could still pick it up and maybe put it on the top of my other papers that were dried. Put it on the top. I mean, they're the same color anyway, so put it on the top, you know, put it in somewhere in my craft room so it's not put away yet, but it can still finish, that top piece can finish drying. So anyway, that's my tips and progress and process and where I'm at right now. And I'll let you all go, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching today. Bye-bye.